Meantime, we're talking tonight with one woman who had the virus and is now recovered. Diana Berrent also just became the first patient to donate blood plasma to Columbia Presbyterian study for a possible treatment. She's with us tonight. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Just about having it. Just tell us a little bit about what it felt like. What were your symptoms?
There was nothing subtle about it. I woke up with 102 fever that I hadn't had in a decade. And it was pretty miserable for the first few days, but I've had flus that were worse. I was able to treat it at home with Tylenol and Gatorade, which 90% of people will be able to do. It's a slightly strange trajectory because you don't get just better and better the next day. It's sort of one step forward, one step back. So it's sort of important to know that going into it. But I am on the other side, and you're looking at the face of a COVID-19 survivor right now.
And how easy or hard was it for you to get a test?
It was almost impossible. It was this ridiculous catch-22 system where I had to prove that I had had 10 minutes of sustained contact with somebody who had tested positive when they weren't giving any tests. So it was a completely Orwellian system. Eventually my congressman had to intervene. And that was because I had written a post on Facebook that went viral. No pun intended.
And then how did you get selected or decide to participate in this plasma experiment?
So when I realized that I was one of the first people in my area to be actually diagnosed with COVID-19, I realized that presuming that I was going to be one of the 90% of the lucky people, I would also be one of the first survivors. And with that came a tremendous responsibility, but also an opportunity, because at the end of it, I could have superpowers in terms of immunity and antibodies. And so I started a group called Survivor Corps, which is it's right now a grassroots movement. It's a public group on Facebook. Anyone can join, please do. But it will eventually become an opt-in database that matches survivors with research institutions so we can make it as efficient as possible, because right now that's the best hope for getting to the bottom of this virus and helping the people who are the very sickest. So I was very, very honored to be individual number 0001 at Columbia University's program today.
Well, we thank you for that, and we hope you're feeling better and so many others out there get better, potentially because of what you've done. We appreciate it, Diana. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.